Right now at 10, intentional animal mistreatment. A former Monroe County officer has been charged following the death of his canine. And impeachment. Wisconsin Republicans argue a liberal state Supreme Court justice's comments on gerrymandering are grounds for her removal. Plus, a favorite lacrosse restaurant closing up shop. Fazey's will shut down after decades of service.
Watching WKBT Lacrosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Ken Kozarowski. A former canine handler in the Monroe County Sheriff's Office is charged in connection to the death of a police canine. Alex Moss has been charged with the intentional mistreatment of an animal. That is a Class A misdemeanor. He was put on administrative leave back in May after his 6-year-old canine Colt suffered a heat-related injury and died 5 days later. Moss soon after resigned. The Vernon County Sheriff's Office and Juneau County DA's office have been investigating the canine's death ever since. Moss has an initial appearance in Monroe County Court October 10th. If convicted, he faces up to 9 months in jail, a $10,000 fine, or both. Uncharted waters. That is where political pundits say Wisconsin is headed if state Republicans try to impeach Supreme Court Justice Janet Protasiewicz. The main questions surrounding impeachment have been when and why judges should step aside from hearing a case. And the two major parties could not be further apart on the issue. Impeachment in Wisconsin is limited to charges of corrupt conduct in office or committing a crime. Protasiewicz has not yet heard a case, but we know there are 2 lawsuits arguing the state's legislative maps should be redrawn. During her campaign, she said those maps were unfair and rigged, but stopped short of saying how she would rule in a case about redistricting. Now, Republicans argue those comments mean she has already prejudged the cases and should not be allowed to rule on them. But a 2002 U.S. Supreme Court ruling says all candidates have a right to publicly state their positions while campaigning. And with that precedent, the Wisconsin panel that investigates judges dismissed those prejudging complaints against Protasiewicz. Now, the state's Democratic Party chair says Protasiewicz recusing herself would mean canceling the will of 1 million Wisconsin voters. And a recent letter to the editor in the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel feels the same way. It quoted former conservative Chief Justice Pat Roggensack, who said back in 2010, when a judge is disqualified from participation, the votes of all who voted to elect that judge are canceled for all issues presented by that case. Nonprofit journalism sites like Wisconsin Watch have published reports citing third-party analysts who contend Wisconsin's maps are gerrymandered to favor Republicans. Former Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker says there's no credible evidence of that, and that Wisconsin is competitive because so many Democrats are in Madison and Milwaukee. But Assembly Speaker Robin Vos confirmed 2 years ago that the maps are gerrymandered.
Partisan advantage is not an intent of these maps.
Well, it's clearly a constitutional allowance. The Supreme Court, as you know, said that there is no problem. Yeah, there is no constitutional prohibition on that criteria. So yes, was partisanship considered as a consideration in the map? Yes, there were certain times that partisanship was.
And that is true. The Wisconsin Constitution really only requires legislative districts to consist of contiguous territory, but creative drawing from either majority party can still skew districts one way or the other. Now, the other argument for impeachment from Wisconsin Republicans is that Protasiewicz received $10 million from the Democratic Party during her campaign, and that to them means she can't rule fairly. But the Wisconsin Democracy Campaign reports all but one current justice have gotten contributions from a party. And the Associated Press reports conservative courts have allowed justices to hear cases involving their campaign donors since 2010. The Democratic Party is not behind the redistricting or abortion lawsuits, but they are topics in which an overturning would certainly benefit the Democrats. One of La Crosse's most popular restaurants is closing its doors. Fazey's Restaurant and Bakery ownership have announced their decision to close on their Facebook page. The business has been on 4th and Pearl for decades now. And ownership says it's been difficult to run a small family-owned business with scarce workforce, increasing food prices, and industry uncertainty. Fazey's hopes to stay open through October 8th. The burn bans in the village of Stoddard, the town of Bergen, have been lifted. According to Stoddard Bergen Fire Chief Brian Lehman, It's because the current fire danger level has improved from extreme to high. According to a previous press release put out by the fire department, a danger level of high means that fires can still start quickly from most causes and it can spread at a fast rate. Now, the Coulee region did see even more of a cool down than what we saw yesterday. A lot of 60-degree temperatures, high 60s I should say. Let's bring in meteorologist Bill Grahl for the latest in our forecast. Bill?
Yeah, what a contrast to those record-breaking high temperatures well into the 90s over the holiday weekend. Yeah, cloud cover for much of the day after a brief moment of sunshine this morning. Highs only in the 60s, including 67 in La Crosse, 66 in Eau Claire and Black River Falls, a 72 down in Boscobel, 61 in Preston. So that 67 was 12 degrees short of average. Our average high is 79, so the first day of the month with a below average high temperature. Still plenty of clouds out there, but you can start to see some holes and breaks in the clouds, and I expect this partial clearing to continue overnight with temperatures currently in the upper 50s to lower 60s. We will see overnight lows fairly cool, mid-40s to the mid-50s, right around 54 in La Crosse. And if we see enough clearing, some patchy fog is possible late tonight into early tomorrow morning. In fact, visibility tracker shows the best chance for some more widespread fog is to our west, but that's not to say we might not see some isolated patches of fog, especially in some of the river valleys locally. Schoolcast for tomorrow, 55 in the morning, 68 by lunchtime. Pleasant afternoon highs. Sunshine returns with highs in the mid-70s. I'll have the rest of my 8-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Bill, thanks very much. Oktoberfest starts in 3 weeks, but some are already celebrating. The new Mrs. Oktoberfest float was revealed today. Former Mrs. Oktoberfest held a kreuzening of the float, the Oktoberfest version of a christening. And instead of popping a bottle of champagne, they toasted with Old Style. Mrs. Oktoberfest 2012, who's the chair of the Float Renovation Committee, says it was important to have a good-looking float for the parade.
We bring in a lot of people for Oktoberfest, and we think that the music, the Gemütlichkeit, and aesthetically pleasing floats are important to a good parade.
Of course, the renovations don't only make the float look better. Bartel says the float is now safer and more comfortable to ride on. This year's Mrs. Oktoberfest has not been announced yet, but you can expect to hear more about the 2023 royal family soon. Miss La Crosse Oktoberfest will be crowned this Saturday. It was a pizza party down at La Crosse's Pizza Ranch tonight. The restaurant partnered with Big Brothers Big Sisters of the Seven Rivers region for a community impact night. Big Brothers Big Sisters is a nonprofit mentorship program. The program matches adult volunteers with youth to help kids reach their potential. Big Brothers Big Sisters executive director says events like this help bring awareness to the nonprofit and show people why their work is important.
You know, it's about community. You know, if we're not investing in one of our biggest resources, which is children, you know, they're our future and they're the ones that are going to be in charge. And we want them to be able to develop healthy and make good choices.
That event was from 4 to 9 tonight. 10% of the proceeds made during that time were given to the organization. The La Crosse and Winona Public Libraries have announced this year's Driftless Regional Read. The Driftless Regional Read is an annual opportunity for the community to come together and read a single book. What Happened to You by Bruce Perry and Oprah Winfrey is this year's selection. It focuses on how trauma impacts both physical and mental health. The libraries have teamed up with local organizations to host 30 events focused on mental health between now and December. The first regional read is happening tomorrow at 1 in Winona. It's a nature walk hosted by Winona Nature and Community. We'll have a link with the list of all the events on our platforms. Pez. They started as mint dispensers for smokers because they looked like a lighter, but they later morphed into little pieces of plastic with sugar candy inside. And the most avid Pez dispenser collectors are all flocking to Winona this week. This year marks 10 years of Pez on the River, where Winona enthusiasts host a Pez convention in town. Collectors from across the country come to buy, sell, and trade all things Pez. One convention co-host says the conventions are rare, but the collectors have become a family as they complete their rare collections.
It's the hunt. Searching, looking, knowing when something's coming out, and then figuring out where they are.
Convention attendees also participate in a charity auction to raise money for Winona's Home and Community Options, which provides housing services for people with disabilities. We'll have more info about the convention on our platforms. After the break, from patient to provider, a woman shares her story of beating breast cancer ahead of Saturday's Steppin' Out in Pink.
Jerry here with Stockman's of Osceola, where we have the area's largest selection of alcoholic beverages. We have seltzers, a large variety of beers, over 100 varieties of wine, cocktail mixes, liquor, and I'll be looking for you even over here by the original beverage, water.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
Like our $9.99 XLNY pizza. It's everything you'd expect from a classic New York-style pizza, hot and fresh out of your oven. Order now at papamurphys.com.
Scouting has helped them build confidence through problem solving, learning to cook over a fire, building a tent in areas that they don't always get exposed to.
It's not competitive. It really helps develop your son or daughter into a great human being.
This is a great opportunity for your child to get to know the outdoors, and there's so much that outside and nature can provide for our children, and having these experiences is what Scouting is all about.
During the Labor Day sale at Home Furniture, get up to an extra 10% off sale prices, like this Woodsman dining set for just $10.79. Plus, get free shipping. The Labor Day sale, going on now at Home Furniture.
Jerry here with Stockman's of Osceola, where we have the area's largest selection of snacks for all seasons. Popcorn and peanuts, summer sausage, crackers, cookies, and the classics like box chips, where we have all your beverages to wet your whistle.
Steppin' Out in Pink is coming up this Saturday, a yearly Gunderson tradition to raise money and awareness for breast cancer research. In a little more than a year, one La Crosse area woman has gone from patient to provider. A difficult journey, but as Michael Germain reports, it's given her a new perspective.
I was diagnosed in 2021.
Kirsten Bucher has traveled the bumpy road.
I had chemo every 2 weeks for 5 months, so a pretty intense regimen there. Hair loss and tiredness and nausea, you know, kind of those things that you think of when you think of chemo.
Since 2021, she's been in and out of Gunderson a lot. These days, though, her journey through these doors has changed.
I think it's really important to have something that's your go-to, because there's hard days.
After spending her days as a patient, Bucher began training to become a physician's assistant.
I was here in the hospital working with different patients throughout the day, and so that was a good way for me to keep busy, keep my mind off of things, and gave me a reason to get up in the morning and get going.
Her journey has given her a perspective few other providers can truly understand.
I know what it's like to be hooked up to a chemo infusion. I know what it's like to walk through the grocery store with no hair and have people look at you like you're a sick person.
It's the reason she keeps coming back.
It's not just, yes, I can prescribe you a medicine, but I know what that feels like to live that, and so I think I have empathy for patients, and I also think that I have hope because I've been through it.
Since becoming a physician's assistant, Bucher's diagnosis has changed for the better.
I also have a family, and so they're a big support for me and was very helpful to me to be able to continue to do that when I wasn't necessarily feeling the best every day.
She's now cancer-free and on hormone suppression therapy for long-term treatment.
Not trying to look too much to the future, but really taking the day as it comes and saying I want to be here in the present right now and really fully present and not letting those things slip away.
Offering her patients a perspective like few others.
You're not guaranteed tomorrow, and so make the most of today.
A great message. Later tonight, courthouse coffee. Not something you think would be in high demand, but in one Minnesota county, it's the person behind the counter that makes each cup a special treat.
And I'm meteorologist Bill Grahl. Not much sunshine seen today, but what about tomorrow? I'll have my forecast after the break.
Hear everything but the gunshot. Introducing Soundgear Phantom, the world's first custom Bluetooth-compatible and rechargeable hearing protection and enhancement device, blocking loud, harmful noises while giving you that edge to hear better while hunting.
Better Hearing Center, 11th and Main on Alaska.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. Creep up on savings all month long with our Progressive sale. The more you spend, the more you save. $50 off a $500 purchase. $125 off $1,000. $300 off $2,000, $600 off $3,000. The savings never end on bedding, recliners, dining, and more. Wesco and Sparta, where white glove delivery and setup are always free. Tell them Peyton sent you.
Hey folks, Ronnie Craig here, inviting you out to the 26th annual Elvis Explosion live at the La Crosse Center, September 8, 9, and 10. Come and see over 20 Elvis tribute artists from all over the world. Battle it out for $25,000 in cash. Tickets for this rockin' weekend are available at the box office, Ticketmaster.com, or Days of Shows. That's the Elvis Explosion, live at the La Crosse Center, September 8, 9, and 10. See you there, or you ain't nothing but a hound dog.
No matter your level of comfort with technology, our secure website allows for worry-free transactions. Whether at your computer or in the palm of your hand, our mobile app lets you manage your account on the go. For over 120 years, Union State Bank has provided our customers and community with quality financial services. We're here for you and welcome you to bank with us.
Union State Bank, where customers and community come first. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
I'm Brody from Great River Harley-Davidson. We will be having events all season long. Whether it's your first time on a bike or you've been riding for years, we want to see you here. Stop by and see us anytime at Great River Harley-Davidson.
Hear everything but the gunshot. Introducing Soundgear Phantom, the world's first custom Bluetooth-compatible and rechargeable hearing protection and enhancement device, blocking loud, harmful noises while giving you that edge to hear better while hunting.
Better Hearing Center, 11th and Main on Alaska.
The Board Store, the best products, best prices, and best people for all home improvements. Contact us today for a prompt, free estimate.
Welcome back. Well, it's been no secret that it's been a very, very dry stretch of weather, pretty much a dry summer. Even late in the spring was dry. And here's the latest drought monitor. It's Thursday. This is released every week. And I want to draw your attention to the legend up here because the highest or worst category is exceptional drought, and that's what we're seeing. A few isolated spots there: southern Monroe County, parts of Vernon, Crawford, Richland, far southwestern Juneau County, another little spot over parts of southeastern Minnesota. Folks, that is the first time the drought monitor has put any of our viewing area in that level 4 or exceptional drought, and this has been released since January of 2000, so we're talking 23 years of data where we've never seen exceptional drought. Otherwise, about the southern half of the viewing area, still in that extreme drought, and then moderate to severe drought to the north. Not quite as dry north and west of Eau Claire, abnormally dry conditions there. So again, we really need some moisture across the region. Skies are still mainly cloudy. 67 was the high today. That is 12 degrees short of average. And there's the problem, 8/10 below average for rainfall already this month. We're approaching 6 inches below precipitation in terms of average for the year. 63 at the airport, 64 downtown at the station. Winds out of the north-northeast at 7. Eau Claire, cloudy there as well. 59 degrees with a light northerly breeze. So temperatures generally in the upper 50s to low to mid 60s across the region. And dew points are comfortable in the 50s tonight. Winds are starting to slacken, and notice how there's quite a few spots where the wind is calm. That, combined with some partial clearing, is what may lead to some patchy fog late tonight into early tomorrow morning. You can see some holes starting to appear in the clouds all over the region, and that trend should continue overnight as this little batch of showers unfortunately passes by well to our south and fizzles as it runs into that ridge of high pressure. I am expecting dry conditions around here. So again, partial clearing late tonight. That could lead to some patchy fog. Otherwise, turning mostly sunny as the day progresses on Friday. Really is going to make for a nice day. And then Saturday's looking mainly dry until late in the day or Saturday night. Some of these showers may try to survive into parts of the area, but they will be weakening as they do so. High temperatures tomorrow in the mid-70s, right around 75 or 76 degrees in La Crosse, and most communities we'll see highs in the lower to middle 70s between about 71 and 76 degrees. And with that sunshine, it's going to make for a really nice Friday. So for tonight, mostly to partly cloudy, patchy fog possible late, 54 for the low. Becoming mostly sunny tomorrow, pleasant. Highs around 76, a bit warmer Saturday, 82. Again, that chance of showers Saturday night and into Sunday. Some low-end rain chances Monday and Tuesday. And other than Saturday with that 82, most days we're going to see highs in the 70s, maybe even some 60s on Wednesday. Another low-end rain chance later next week on Friday. But overall, pretty pleasant temperatures over the next 8 days.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to like there. Bill, thanks very much. Coming up next in sports, the Holmen volleyball team looking to remain perfect in conference play. And the top two teams in Division 7, both in action on the gridiron, kicking off Week 4. Rob is in Cashton. He's got those highlights next.
To everyone who's hungry for something special,
Culver's is the place for us. Hi, what can I make fresh for you today? It's nice being greeted by people who are glad to see you. And I appreciate that they use real ingredients like fresh beef and Wisconsin cheese. The frozen custard is so fresh and creamy, it tastes like it was made just for us. It's our pleasure. Just spending time with family, that's what mealtime at Culver's is all about.
From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious!
Pischke Motors has been family-owned and operated since 1920 and have you to thank for our continued success. So come and help us celebrate more than 100 years in business serving the Cooley region and the grand opening of our Jeep 4x4 headquarters in downtown La Crosse. Whether it's a Renegade, Grand Cherokee, Compass, Wrangler, or a Gladiator, we've got great deals on new Jeeps right now. When you find the perfect Jeep, you'll feel it.
Start your search at Pischke.com
and drive away in your new Jeep.
Jolivet Family Farms. There's no substitute for homegrown freshness. Jolivet's homegrown triple sweet corn is picked fresh daily. Join us Sundays 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. for our roasted sweet corn and charcoal brats. Jolivet's also features homegrown carrots, sweet onions, peppers, beets, cabbage, dill, tomatoes, cucumbers, blueberries, and so much more. Find distinctive crafts and decor. Take home some cookies, breads, bars, or pies from our homemade bakery. Buy fresh, buy local. Open daily year-round. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
Save on your next project with 11% off everything at Menards. Get superior engine protection with Valvoline heavy-duty conventional diesel motor oil. Its balanced formula helps maximize engine durability. A gallon is $14.99 after rebate. Gorilla Tape provides great results for quick fixes around the house. Made with a double-thick adhesive construction. It grips smooth, rough, and uneven surfaces. Rip it, stick it, done. A 30-yard roll is just $7.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
Week 4 of the Wisconsin high school football season kicks off tonight. The top two teams in D7 have been unstoppable so far this year. Now, the two conference rivals won't meet until week 6, but Bangor and Cashton were both in action tonight, looking to keep those perfect records intact. Let's start in Eagles country. The Cashton student section all fired up. They have every right to be. The Eagles have been soaring past the competition. That did not change Thursday against Riverdale. 4th down try for the Eagles works out pretty well. Noah Hemmersbach takes it to the house, cashing up 2 scores. And then the Eagles defense stepping up. Look at this tackle here from Brett Hemmersbach. Chieftains with nowhere to go. Cashton's D suffocating all night. And the offense, explosive as always. Brady Hemmersbach rolling left all the time in the world. Dumps it off to Noah. And the senior's going to do the rest. He takes it down inside the 15. Then it's Brett going back to work, slicing, dicing his way through the Riverdale defense. Brett almost gets it in, but he's down at the 1. Very next play, he's going to cap off the drive with the score. Hemmersbach gets in for the touchdown. Eagles making it look easy. They kept their foot on the gas all night. Later in the half, it's Brady rolling right this time. Hooks up with Connor Butzler. The senior barrels his way into the end zone for another Eagles touchdown, 34-0. And Butzler was just getting warmed up. Still a couple minutes to go in the half. Hemmersbach finds Butzler dashing across the middle. This young man can fly. Nothing but green grass ahead. Butzler takes it all the way to the house. Eagles keep on soaring. They get the shutout win over Riverdale, 55-0. It's the battle of the Cardinals. Necedah hosting Bangor in conference play. First quarter, Bangor starting fast. Samuel Kropp gets the rock. Bust open a big one. Nobody's going to catch the senior. Kropp can fly. He takes it to the house. Cardinals up 7-0. A couple minutes later, it's Chase Horseman's turn. He's going to take it up the middle. Cuts to his right, down the near sideline. Finds the edge. and he's in for the score. Bangor comes out red hot. They're up 14. Necedah looking for some momentum here, but Bangor's Landon Phillips is going to come up with a big pick going backwards. But check this out. Phillips somehow gathers himself, picks up enough speed. He's going to take it all the way to the house for another Bangor touchdown before you could blink. Cardinals were up 21, and they keep on rolling. They shut out Necedah 49-0. Let's go to Hillsboro. Tigers hosting Iowa Grant, third quarter on fourth down. The Panthers looking to keep the chains moving, but Hillsboro's Joseph Cairns comes up with the big sack. Tigers holding on to the lead. Later in the quarter, Hillsboro D looking for another stop. This time it's Dane Green taking down the IGQB. Fourth quarter now, visitors get on the board. Dawson Reed's going to find the end zone. Panthers trail 16-8. They would recover the onside kick, but a fourth down pass is going to come up just short to end the threat. Hillsboro survives. They get the win 16-8. Let's go to the volleyball court. MVC action. Holman hosting rival Central. Early on in the first, Central is going to block this spike, but Melissa Hoff taps it for the easy point. Holman goes up big early. Later in the set, Charlie Casey sends a rocket across the net. Holman cannot be stopped. Now Central trying to string a few points together. Alyssa Brixon puts it just out of reach for the Vikings. Riverhawks trying to fight back in this one, but Izzy Jar came to play, ends the set with an ace, 25-18 Vikings. Early in the second, Ella Crawford avoids the Vikings block, gets a point to keep things close. Vikings, they're ready to fight though. This time Jar throws the hammer down to put Holman up 4. Holman would start to pull away again. It's Jar. What a season she's having. She goes right down the middle for the dagger. Vikings keep on rolling. They get the 3-set sweep over Central. It's slide-in time. There he is. Vikings, they haven't lost a set in conference play yet.
I mean the definition of dominance right there.
Dominance. I mean, it's united dominance. Cashton, Bangor. I cannot wait for week 6. I know they still got a game to play in week 5.
Sure.
But it's looking like they're both going to go into that matchup undefeated in Bangor. It's going to be awesome.
It sure will. Rob, thanks very much.
You got it.
We got more news right after this.
We're here with Stockman's of Osceola, where we have the area's largest selection of alcoholic beverages. We have seltzers, a large variety of beers, over 100 varieties of wine, cocktail mixes, liquor, and I'll be looking for you even over here by the original beverage, water.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, you'll always find great deals. Right now, get even greater savings store-wide with our lowest prices of the year. Like half off these Bushnell trail camps, $49.99. These large bags of AgriMaster poultry feed, just $13.49. Save $200 on this Champion full beam log splitter and get free assembly and hydraulic fluid. A $130 value free. Plus, shop Blaine's Farm and Fleet's lowest prices of the year online and pick up your order in our fast and free drive-thru. We'll have it ready in just 1 hour.
Run forward and give back at the YMCA Maple Leaf Walk Run presented by Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Join us in person or virtual with a 5K, 5-mile, half marathon, and kids fun run, an event for everyone. Register at laxymca.org.
My friend told me to give Bill Sieben a call because he's very trustworthy. He would do a great job for us. When we met Bill and his team, we really felt like he genuinely cared about us as people and not just as a client or another file.
We really did feel like we had a team behind us, absolutely. Customer service is hard to come by now, and they did a great job for us.
Representing accident victims for over 40 years, Schwabel, Getz & Sieben.
The Board Store Home Improvements. Improve your home to improve your life. Discover the joy of a kitchen designed to fit your home and family. The convenience and easy care of cabinets with modern features, new countertops, and a tile backsplash. Enjoy maximum performance when your kitchen is completed by our carpenters, plumber, and electrician. Enjoy a complete new kitchen for less than others charge for refacing. Superior products, superior installation, at a price lower than most others. Invest wisely. The Board Store Home Improvements. Prompt free estimates.
Jerry here with Stockman's of Osceola, where we have the area's largest selection of snacks for all seasons. Popcorn and peanuts, summer sausage, crackers, cookies, and the classics like box chips, where we have all your beverages to wet your whistle.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
The courthouse. Generally a place you don't want to end up. But as Susan Elizabeth Littlefield shows us, one Minnesota County courthouse is happier and tastier than it's ever been.
Hi. It's typically a place people go to do business.
How are you doing?
Good. How about you?
Good.
Lately, it's become a place people go for a boost.
Have a great day.
You too. From barista Andrea and her friend Aaliyah.
When you serve coffee, you smile.
I do smile.
Why is that?
Because it's joy. I just love making coffee for everyone.
And the government center employees love it too.
Perfect, as always. Thank you very much.
You're welcome,
Have a great day.
It's a lot of fun, greeting them in the morning, big smiles, and check on how they're doing for the day, and yep, depending on my routine.
Andrea's just got such a gentle heart, and she actually learns, those of us who are frequent customers, she learns our favorite drinks. And so we come down, she's like, you want your chai tea latte today? And I'm like, yeah, but make it dirty.
Andrea and her lattes have only been around here a few months. It's a new program with Options Inc., a group that works to give jobs to people of all abilities. And the new concept, Blackbird Coffee, took off right away.
And just the success that can be had by hiring anybody, especially those with a disability, is critical for people to see.
Americano?
Thanks, Andrea.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
Sometimes we can segment our population, whether it's elderly or those with disabilities, and we kind of put them away. And to see them fully functioning and to see us fully functioning with that community, I think is super healthy.
And a healthy and happy environment it is.
Working here, has it made you proud of yourself?
Yes, it does. I love it. It makes me feel happy, wonderful, joyful, and I love working with all the different people who come.
Just want me.
And her work is a welcomed distraction.
I love it. It's a dream come true.
What a great story. Andrea says this job training with Options Inc. has given her the confidence to create a new goal, to move into her own apartment with her best friend and to work full-time at a Zimmerman coffee shop. We'll be right back with one final check of your forecast.
Experienced sales consultants are good listeners who sell people what they need, not what's on sale. They're easy to work with and value a trusting relationship. We know team members with these life skills earn lifelong customers. Dahl Auto, simple.
Hi folks, Harvey Wood of Wood Sales and Service here. As one of Wisconsin's largest Cub Cadet dealers, Wood Sales and Service is celebrating with discounts up to $1,000 on select Cub Cadet models, Cub Cadet lawnmowers, snow blowers, commercial equipment, and UTVs. We offer the best selection and service in the area with 0% 48-month financing or cash discounts. Experience the Wood Sales advantage of service before and after the sale. Wood Sales and Service, Black River Falls. Family owned and operated for 55 years. WoodSalesService.com.
If you've ever grilled, you know you can count on propane to make everything great. But did you know propane also powers school buses that produce lower emissions that lead to higher test scores? Or that propane can cut your energy costs at home? It powers big jobs and small ones too. From hospitals to hospitality, people rely on propane, an energy source that's affordable, plentiful, and environmentally friendly for everyone. Get the facts at propane.com/now.
Find comfort in your world in Stressless Furniture. Take a time out, have a seat, and enjoy a special offer from Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. When you purchase just 2 Stressless chairs or a sofa, you'll earn $750 towards Eckerness accessories or additional seating. With 4 seats, like a sofa and a chair, you'll earn $1,100. And with 6 seats, you'll have $1,500 to spend. Don't wait. It's time for Stressless. It's happening now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. Voted your favorite furniture store.
I'm Brody from Great River Harley-Davidson. We will be having events all season long. Whether it's your first time on a bike or you've been riding for years, we want to see you here. Stop by and see us anytime at Great River Harley-Davidson.
In every department at Dahl Auto, you'll find people who've been in the industry for decades. In over 100 years at Dahl Auto, we've learned to value experience. After working with our team, you'll value our experience too. Dahl Auto, simple.
Partly cloudy overnight, patchy fog, possible late lows in the 40s and 50s, 54 in the Cross. Beautiful day tomorrow, turning mostly sunny, 76. A little warmer Saturday. Slight chance of showers Saturday night and into Sunday. How about those Lions? I'm telling you, Packers, Vikings fans, watch out for those Lions this year. And I got to love them beating the Chiefs, and they're in the Broncos division. Love it.
Just a bunch of wins for Bill tonight.
Man. He just keeps on winning.
I know. Those Lions are going to be a difficult team.
They are. Yep.
Big wake-up call for the Chiefs tonight. But again, no Travis Kelce.
I mean, they kept saying the Lions are playing them on opening night, but look what they did.
Yeah.
It's a huge win.
Shock in the world.
Shock.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.